Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jordan Phoenix 22 with Jordan Boy. Welcome back to my top videos for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies. Welcome to top worst perks for Black Ops 4 Zombies, for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies, I say guys. So we're going to be covering my worst perk, I think, so far. This is in patch 107, I believe, for Black Ops 4. So this is the perk I find is completely useless, that I don't recommend you using at all. It's so bad that I say never ever use this perk, okay guys? Before I get into this, will you like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you enjoy, don't forget to tell me your worst perk you're in Black Ops 4 in the comment section right now. What is your worst perk? Do you agree with me on my worst perk here in Black Ops 4? By the way, I'm #1 in the world for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies. Stay tuned to my channel for great content, high rounds, all crazy stuff, world records. Stay tuned to my channel. Of course, it's Jordan 52 or Jordan Brace. Welcome back, and let's get right into this, guys. How you doing? So, the worst perk has to be, and I hate to say this, guys, because it's a fan favorite, which has been renamed Vanguard. If they called it PhD, I would have been like, if they called it PhD for, I would have been like, shit, because glad they renamed it, because it's a complete disaster, this perk is. This is PhD Slider, one of the worst perks I've ever seen, to be honest with you guys. It is pretty goddamn terrible. Yeah, it's pretty shit, to be honest with you guys. It's pretty goddamn bad. It needs to be buffed big time. I've used it tons of times, and I just have no use for this perk. PhD Slider, let me tell you what it does and how shit it is in the game, okay? It's that bad. It's called, this is what it does. Slide to build up a charge. So the more you slide, the longer the charge gets. Only fully charged slide into an enemy to trigger an explosion, gain resistance to explosive damage. So the more you slide, you got to slide a lot of times, guys, to even get an explosion out of it. You'll spend most of the game sliding to kill maybe one zombie, two zombies. It's completely terrible. Get out of here. And then the best thing about PhD, as we know, is explosive resistance. So it only gives you a small resistance here in Black Ops 4. Explosives are not even that powerful in terms of hurting you. So you don't actually need a small resistance to it anyway. So I feel if it gives you full resistance, I would have been like, yeah, this is quite a good perk. But it only gives you a small resistance. And to be honest with you, splash damage here in Black Ops 4 Zombies on explosive weapons is not that bad. So it's completely useless. Now the modifier, again, even more useless. Improves the slide distance. Trap immunity while sliding. So, you know, why do I need to be immune to a trap? I don't need to be immune to a trap. You know, increase explosive damage when entering a slide from a greater height. So yeah, it's not the worst perk, but it's definitely the worst perk here in Black Ops 4. It's definitely the worst perk you can get your hands on. Don't recommend using it, guys, at all in any scenario. The second worst perk you're in Black Ops 4 Zombies. And I gotta think about this, guy, because this is a hard one, boys. There are some really terrible perks here, and you're in Black Ops 4, and I have to give it to the one and only. It's gonna have to be Electric Burst. Electric Burst is just so terrible here in Black Ops 4. It's so bad, man. So, why it's bad? You reload your weapon and it barely can kill a zombie on round 1. I'm not even joking. Round 1, you might have to reload twice to kill a zombie. It's completely useless. The only thing it does is free zombies. It doesn't kill them, doesn't hurt them. It's a completely waste of space, this perk. This is why it's on the second worst out of all the perks. It's by far one of the worst. You're in Black Ops 4. Completely wasted. Don't even use it. So, reloading causes an electric discharge that damages stuns nearby enemies. The more empty the magazine, the stronger the damage. It is true, if you have a right machine gun and you reload, it can kill around 2 zombies. Don't get me wrong, but it's just completely terrible damage-wise. It will stun them. What does the modifier do? Reloading stores an electricity charge on the player melee weapon. The next melee attack empowers the weapon to shock enemies for a limited time. The more empty the magazine, the longer the time. The longer the time. They haven't really said that very good. And again, reload speed increase. So, in other words, it's a no-go for me. I wouldn't recommend this perk at all. I think it's pretty terrible, guys. It's a pretty shit perk, and I don't recommend it. Okay, the next shit perk, I say the third worst perk you're in Black Ops 4, has to go to the one and only... Wait a second, guys. Let me think. It's gotta be Winter's War. Winter's War has to be one of the worst perks you're in Black Ops 4. I have to, like, it's hard, boys, because they were so bad. All of the perks are so bad. Winter's War has to be one of the worst. Third worst perk you're in Black Ops 4. Winter's War, when hit by a melee attack, generate a frost explosion that will freeze or slow enemies nearby player can store 2 charges. 2 charges. So, I'm running, a zombie hits me, the entire train gets freeze by frost. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Yeah, it saved my life, and then it only happens twice. And then I gotta wait ages to even use this thing again. The effect is completely shit, and I don't recommend using it. Frost explosive triggers a slowing field around the player for a limited time. So an additional charge so you get 3. 3 is actually not that bad, but you need to use a modifier, and there's so many good modifiers, but it's still pretty terrible, and that's why it's in at number 3. It's a pretty terrible perk. I don't recommend using the rest. You have to. But yeah, that's that covered. Right, now it's whether or not I want to do this or not. The probably the 4th worst perk has to go to Death Perfection. This is what Death Perfection does. It's the 4th. It's not that bad. It's pretty good, to be honest with you, but it's pretty terrible compared to all the other good perks I mentioned in my last video. If you haven't checked out best perks, of course, you're in Black Ops 4, go check it out on my YouTube channel. It's an amazing video, really telling you guys how to get a high rounds. Okay, let's get into this. See nearby enemies through walls. Receive screen indicators when enemies approach the player from off the screen. It's quite good actually for high rounds. You know, you start losing attention, and then it tells you there's a zombie behind you. You can sometimes see zombies spawning before they spawn, so it can be quite good for spawn killing. That's one thing I like about it. Definitely, if you're going to use this, put it in the modifier spot, because otherwise you're wasting your time. Deals increased damage to special enemy weak point reload speed. So this is why it's the 4th worst. It's because it damage to can actually be very, very useful if you're trying to take bosses down. But because it only does one good thing, that's why it's in a 4. So for example, if you work in Brutus, it tells you where his weak points are, and you can kill him. But the downside is, using common sense, you know where the weak points are. You don't actually have to know where his weak points are. So that's why it's in at number 4. For the 5th worst perk, it has to go to Secret Source. Secret Source is not a bad perk you're in Black Ops 4 at all. It's not as good as any of the other perks I mentioned on my best videos, but it's not a bad perk. If you decide to use this, do not worry, it's pretty good. To be honest with you, it is pretty good. But yeah, what we're going to say is, this is what it does. It's a bit like random. It's like a mystery box. Secret Source. Receive a random perk not assigned to another slot. So for example, I have 3 perks on here, and for example, to stay with me a second, I'll give you an example here now. I don't have the perk unlocked, so I can't do it. But I have these 3 perks here lined up, but then I have Secret Source for my 4th, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy it for 1,500 points. This is why it's so good. It's only cost 1,500 points to get a perk as good as Stamina Up, which could cost 2,500 points if it's a modifier. That's what I'm saying. It's quite OP in that way. It is pretty overpowered in that way, and I will say that. And if you put it in the modifier, it's quite confusing what it does. The modifier of random perk is received. So in other words, you actually do get the modifier of that random perk. So potentially you could get 4. Yeah, you could get 4 of the same modifiers, potentially speaking. I'm not sure if it will work, but you can always try that and see if it does work. I doubt it will. But yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good, to be fair. Secret Source is a pretty good perk. I recommend you using it. It's not a bad perk. It's not the best perk, but it's by far, so it's 1,500 points for a random perk. You know, you don't know what you're going to get. And say you only have 1,500 points, Secret Source is the cheapest perk you're in Black Ops 4. You drink it, you may get Mew Kick, which is 4,000 points. So, it is pretty goddamn good. You're in Black Ops 4. So, yeah. Now, probably the best perk of the worst perks you're in Black Ops 4 has to go down to Time Strip. Time Strip has just got a huge nerf. It was one of the best perks you're in Black Ops 4, but it got nerfed like hell. And now it's completely useless, I think. But it's still way better than the other perks I mentioned. That's why it's top worst perk here in Black Ops 4 Zombies. I'll explain what it does, and I'll tell you exactly the figures and what it does. Equipment. So Time Strip equipment cooldown rate is increased. So for example, you throw a grenade, you find a Claymore, it will increase it from 1 minute down to 30 seconds, which is actually pretty goddamn good, especially if you're going to be throwing grenades a lot. The mystery box and pack-a-punch weapons appear faster. It's really good if you're spamming the mystery box or want to pack-a-punch quick. It is pretty good, and that's why it's one of the best worst perks here in Black Ops 4. It greatly reduces trap and fast travel cooldowns, and that's pretty amazing, to be fair. And that's why it's probably one of the best worst perks here in Black Ops 4. The modifier is really powerful too, but has got nerfed a lot. The modifier has got nerfed. Special weapon charge rate and elixir cooldown rates are slightly increased. So pretty much what happens, the special weapon used to come out really fast. It does no longer. You need a lot of kills even with the Time Strip now you're in Black Ops 4. So it is a bit painful. You use this modifier and it does help you to get your special weapon, but it doesn't help you by much. It probably takes it down by a couple percentage. So I don't think it's that good, guys, during Black Ops 4. And then the elixir cooldown, don't even bother, to be honest with you. The elixir cooldown, if something like 18 minutes in the high rounds, and it'll go down to about 16 minutes, which is completely terrible, completely useless, I think, during Black Ops 4. And that's why Time Strip has got to be one of the worst perks. It's like, I need my elixir now, so it goes down from 18 minutes down to 16. And if it takes a few hundred kills to get your special weapon, you may take 90 kills. It helps, but it doesn't help as much as it should. So that's why Time Strip is in our best worst perks here in Black Ops 4. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let me know what your worst perk is you're in Black Ops 4 Zombies. Of course, it's Jordan Phoenix 22 or Jordan Brace. If you did enjoy this video, that is all 13 perks covered in 2 different videos. Best perks, go ahead, check that video out. For worst perks, thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Obviously, worst perks, you're in Black Ops 4 Zombies. Thank you so much. The game is amazing. I've been running loads of top 10 videos and much more. Top maps, top weapons, even top pack-a-punch weapons. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your support, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, hit the notification bell, guys. Check out my Twitch, Jordan Phoenix 22. Check out my YouTube, Jordan Phoenix 22. Go ahead, subscribe and follow. Share my videos. Like and comment, guys. Thank you so much. And peace out, guys. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.